I think one of the strangest things about apathy is that it rarely feels dramatic. There's no moment when you decide to stop caring. It happens slowly. A rejection here, a disappointment there, a dream that keeps moving further away no matter how hard you chase it. And after a while, something begins to change. Not in your circumstances, in you. You stop getting excited. You stop looking forward to things. And eventually, life stops feeling like something you're living. It starts feeling like something you're watching. Because when life rejects you enough times, it's easy to start rejecting yourself first. This is Blessed Visions, and today we're talking about how to feel again. I think apathy is one of the most misunderstood feelings there is. People describe it as feeling nothing, but I don't think that's true. I think apathy is what happens when you felt too much for too long. Too much rejection, disappointment, loneliness, failure. And eventually, you just get tired. Not physically, emotionally. You stop expecting things to work out. You stop getting your hopes up. Because every hope feels like another opportunity to be disappointed again. And that's why apathy feels so dangerous. Not because it hurts, because eventually it doesn't. This is why I think Ayanokoji is such an interesting character. When people look at him, they usually see someone calm, collected, rational, and unbothered. But I've always seen something else. Someone disconnected. Someone who keeps everyone at a distance. Someone who spends more time in his own head than in the world around him. And honestly, I understand that. Because your own mind becomes a safe place. You can't be judged there. You can't be rejected. And most importantly, you don't need to explain yourself there. And if you've been hurt enough times, staying inside your head starts to feel safer than participating in life itself. That's what makes Ayanokoji so interesting. He's not just detached from people, he's detached from himself. One of the hardest periods of my life came after university. I had spent years studying accounting and finance, only to leave and struggle finding work in that field. I ended up in a call center, and honestly, it felt like pieces of my soul were being crushed day by day. Not because the job was difficult, which it was, but because my life no longer felt like mine. I would wake up, go to work, come home, repeat. The same conversations, routine, and cycle. And I think a lot of people know exactly what that feels like. We all feel trapped, can feel behind, feel pressured to become someone we don't want to be. Eventually, that feeling becomes the numbness. The biggest lie Apple tells you is, this is just who I am. And that's a dangerous belief. Because your current reality is not your identity. Your exhaustion is not your identity. Nor is your loneliness, depression, or isolation. You're not the worst thing you've experienced. You're not the circumstances you're currently living through. Identity is personal. It's the parts of yourself you love the most. The parts you want to be known for. The parts of yourself that still exist underneath all the hurt and disappointment. What started changing things for me wasn't purpose, it wasn't motivation, nor was it some life-changing revelation. The first thing I did was separate my identity from my job. I stopped treating work as the thing that defined me, and once I did that, I had room to breathe again. But sometimes the problem isn't that you've lost yourself, it's that you've attached yourself to something that was never you to begin with. Maybe you've told yourself this before, that once you feel better and motivated, life finally starts making sense. Then you'll start living. But I found the opposite. You start living first, then the feelings follow. For me, that was salsa, a hobby completely outside my comfort zone. It wasn't productive or optimized. It wasn't advancing my career. For the first time in a long time, I felt present. I wasn't thinking about work. I wasn't thinking about life. I wasn't trapped in my own head. I was simply there, living in the moment, talking, learning, laughing, connecting, and most importantly, living. And then one day I remember thinking, so this is what life can be like when I actually start to try living. I don't think apathy is cured by finding the perfect purpose. I think it's cured by giving yourself reasons to participate in life again. New hobbies, new experiences, new people, new environments, to list a few. Life cannot become a cycle of dreading the work week and only living for the weekend, because eventually that stops feeling like living at all. Life is full of abundance and full of opportunities, but you'll never hear those opportunities knocking if you completely disconnected yourself from the world around you. Life will test you again and again. Rejection will happen, failure will happen, disappointment will happen. Most of us aren't prodigies. Most of us don't get everything we want straight away. But through it all, you have to keep trying. Not pretending to try, not talking about trying, actually trying. Because the absence of trying is failure itself. And maybe the goal isn't to avoid getting hurt. Maybe it's understanding is that it's better to feel hurt than to feel nothing at all. Thank you for watching. If it's connected with you, like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment. And be honest, what's one thing you've always wanted to try, but keep telling yourself you'll do someday? Thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, stay blessed.